Hello, and welcome to this edition of Ask Klein Math. Today we're going to be talking about TEKS 2.6a and 2.6b, and we're going to be doing something really fun for second graders, learning to multiply and divide. Multiplication and division for second grade doesn't look like memorizing math facts. It looks like recognizing and understanding that multiplication and division are about equal groups that can be repeatedly added or subtracted, depending on the operation that you are looking at. So the first thing we're going to look at today is this problem where we describe our equal groups. So in this problem, we have some sentence stems to help guide us to walk through what a problem looks like for division in this case. So there are blank cookies. So we're going to go to our picture, and these circles represent cookies on different plates. So we're going to look at the cookies, and the first thing it's asking for us is the whole. So we want to know how many total cookies that we have. So we're going to go ahead and just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I can see that these are equal groups, then I can use my skills of counting by 5, and I can put these groups together. So if I have 5 here, 5 more would be 10, 5 more would be 15. So I want to make a note that there are 15 cookies in all. Then the next question asks me about how many plates. So this is how many groups my cookies are divided into. Well, I see 1, 2, 3 equal groups of cookies, so I have 3 plates. Now we're going to turn this into thinking about if we have our whole amount of cookies and we put them on 3 plates, then how many cookies are going to be on each plate? So when we looked at this, we look at our whole amount of cookies, we look at each plate, and each plate has to have an equal group. So what is our equal group that's going to be on each plate? It's going to be 5. Each one of these equal groups has 5, and we can go back and check that each one has 5. So we have 5 cookies on each plate. It's really important to go through these sentence stems and be able to answer these questions, because then when you get the visual representation only of this problem, you can go back and answer the questions so that you can create the math that goes with it. All right, the next problem that we're going to look at is a multiplication problem. So we're going to look this time not at our whole number of cookies to start with, or in this case muffins, we're going to look at how many trays we have. So how many equal groups do we have? So let's look at our trays, and our trays are represented by the rectangles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays here. Or we have 5 equal groups of these muffins. Then our next question asks us each tray has how many muffins. So how many are in each equal group? Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see 6 in that equal group. It looks like all of my equal groups are the same. So if I know there are 6 in this equal group, then I could say that each tray has 6 muffins. If you take a look at this, this also looks a lot like a domino, and so you could know that that 6 is represented just like you see 6 represented on a domino. So if I have 5 trays and each tray has 6 muffins, I'm going to figure out how many muffins I have in all. So what I need to do is work with repeated addition here. So I have 6 here. That's a 6. This is a group of 6. This is a group of 6. This is a group of 6. And this is a group of 6. So I'm going to start combining these numbers and come up with my total. So I have 6 plus 6. I know that that's 12. 12 plus 6 more would equal 18. 18 plus 6 more would equal 24. And 24 plus 6 more would equal 30. So I have 30 muffins in all. All right. The other thing I want to show you with multiplication and division is to be able to go from having the representation to creating your own representation. So we're going to look at a couple of story problems, and we're going to think about how we would create our own representation to solve these story problems. So let's look first at number 5. It says that Peter has 5 pages of pictures. Each page has 5 pictures. How many pictures does Peter have? So I want to go through this one step at a time, and I want to physically draw out what this looks like. I want to create the representation or the model for this problem. So the first thing it tells me is Peter has 5 pages of pictures. So I'm going to draw in my 5 pages. Those are my 5 equal groups. Then it tells me that each page has 5 pictures. I don't have to draw 5 pictures, but I can just put 5 dots to represent those 5 pictures. Now, I don't just put those on one page because it told me that each page has that many. So I have to represent that on each page. So I want to be sure that I go in and draw my 5 pictures on each page, not just on one page. So when I'm finished with that, now my question is asking me, how many pictures does Peter have? So I have to combine these, and I'm going to combine them by using repeated addition or multiplication, because multiplication is just fast addition. It's being able to add the same number over and over in an equal group number of times. So this is 5 plus 5 more plus 5 more plus 5 more plus 5 more. So now I'm going to use my skip counting skills, and I'm going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I have 25 pictures. When I'm looking at this and I want to read this as a multiplication sentence, I'm going to say that I have 5 groups of 5. So this is 5 groups of 5. And remember, in second grade, we don't use the multiplication symbol. So we're not writing a math sentence or an equation for this. We are writing it like this, 5 groups of 5. All right, let's move on to number 6 and do a division problem right quick. Jamie buys 32 crayons. There are 8 crayons in each box. How many boxes does Jamie buy? Again, I'm going to go one piece at a time as I solve this. So the first thing that I know is that Jamie buys 32 crayons. So I'm going to actually draw that out, 32 crayons. There are my 32 crayons. All right, it tells me in my story problem then that there are 8 crayons in each box. So I have to go in now and I want to physically put 8 crayons in each box. So I'm going to change my color of my pencil or my marker, and I'm going to make a box around 8 crayons. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm just going to draw my physical box around those 8 crayons. Then I'm going to go and capture 8 more crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more crayons right here. Now I've drawn 2 boxes. I'm going to go capture 8 more crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to grab one more from down here. So I'm going to draw my box. My box is going to look a little funny, but that's okay. I'm going to draw a box that looks like this. My box doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle every time. Sometimes my box can look a little funny. That's box number 3. Then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have my last 8 crayons right here. So the question is, how many boxes does Jamie buy? Well, this is 1 box, this is 2 boxes, this is 3 boxes, and then this one is the 4th box. So how many boxes did he buy? 4 boxes. So this was 32 that I started with, and then I subtracted 8 crayons because I put them in a box. Then I subtracted 8 more crayons as I put them in the box. Then I subtracted 8 more crayons as I put it in the box. And finally, I subtracted my last 8 crayons as I put them in the box. And 32 minus 8 minus 8 minus 8 minus 8 got me down to 0. So I used all my crayons and put them in the box. So this is 32 divided into groups of 8 gives me 4 equal groups. If I take 32 and I divide it into groups of 8, I would have 4 equal groups. All right, I hope you enjoy multiplication and division. It's the real stepping stone to get ready for 3rd grade. Keep working hard, and we'll see you next time on Ask Klein Math.